Hello, everybody, and a very warm welcome back for the second half of today's Interchange event. For those that haven't seen me already for today, I'm Helen Etheridge and I'm the Global Alumni Lead at the British Council, and I'm going to be chairing this afternoon's opening. I just want to say how great it's been actually to see the level of energy and engagement so far, and I think it's set a good tone for the rest of this three-day conference. Before we get going with this afternoon's content, I just wanted to give you a quick reminder on housekeeping. Please do use the Q&A tab to post questions for our speakers, and you'll be able to upvote questions that you'd especially like to see addressed. Live captions are available via the link in the chat, but for the smaller networking sessions, just be aware that you will need to access automated captions using the CC button. Today's session is being recorded and will be shared on the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission's website after the event. And finally, if you run into any technical issues at all, please just drop a message into the lobby chat and we'll do our best to get back to you as soon as we can. So about this afternoon, we have three networking sessions coming up, each hosted by a Commonwealth alumni leader. And I'd really encourage you all to move freely between the sessions, engage openly in discussion where you can, and use this time really to make connections, as Professor Mason was saying earlier to us. Following the networking sessions, we will move into a workshop led by Nana Boa and Ponsum, focused on building sustainable business models. And the workshop will offer practical frameworks for designing models that are both financially viable and socially impactful. And as you take part, again, we encourage you just to think about how these tools might apply to you, whether you have your own enterprise or within your own community projects. So as we move into these sessions, I'd just like to emphasize the value of active participation and that cross-regional collaboration as well, which makes this kind of a conference so valuable, and bring curiosity and openness. It's now my pleasure to introduce Sarah Leach, who is Interim CEO of the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission in the UK, and she's going to provide the official afternoon welcome. So thank you very much, Sarah. I'll hand over to you now and I'll see everyone in a few moments.
Hello everyone, and thanks Helen for that warm welcome. My name is Sarah Leach, as Helen has said, and I work with Robin and with the Secretariat and the Commission to provide the scholarship programmes, and I'm delighted to be here today to speak to you. I'm really pleased to welcome you to Interchange26. It's wonderful to have you all here. I know you've been joining from across the Commonwealth and far beyond, and many of you are logging on at very different time zones and some very unusual hours. I've already heard this morning, people in the middle of the night in America, and it's just wonderful so thank you for choosing to spend some time with us today. Your presence is really what makes this community special. Whether you're a current scholar or an alum or a mentor, a partner organisation, or someone joining the Commonwealth family recently, you've each got a part of what keeps this network alive, dynamic and meaningful. Events like this really showcase that it's a shared purpose. One of the things I really love about events like this is the passion and energy that you bring, and we've heard that already this morning, and I hope you continue across the next 3 days. It's really a reminder of why the Commonwealth Scholarship Commission exists, to support people who are not only academically gifted, but deeply committed to making a positive impact in their local communities. Your curiosity, your commitment, your willingness to show up, these things matter, so thank you. Interchange is such a fitting name for this week's event. This isn't meant to feel like a conference where you just sit back and listen. It's a space where ideas move freely, perspectives mix and connections spark. A place where you're invited not just to attend, but really to participate. And the Commonwealth does this so incredibly well, bringing people together across cultures, disciplines, national borders, and lived experiences. That ability to share openly and learn from one another is more important now than ever. We all know the world is changing quickly. The challenges we face, climate change, technology, migration, widening inequality. They're not issues that any single country or generation can solve alone. And they're prompting us to rethink how we define prosperity in the 21st century. For too long, prosperity was seen as purely economic growth. But increasingly, we recognise it must also include well-being, sustainability, fairness, opportunity, dignity, and community resilience. This is where your voices, especially younger voices, are so important. You're pushing us to think differently, to challenge old assumptions, and to imagine societies that are not only economically successful, but socially and environmentally responsible. Your creativity, courage, and urgency are genuinely inspiring. The Commonwealth Scholar and Alumni community has always been a place where these fresh perspectives thrive. You bring together academic expertise, lived experience, and cross-cultural understanding, one of the greatest strengths of this network. Time and again, as Robin mentioned earlier, we've seen ideas developed in one context, completely transformed and improved in another, leading to solutions that combine global insight with local reality. That blend is really powerful, and it's something that the Commonwealth does exceptionally well. So today, I encourage you to bring that spirit into every workshop, every networking session, and every conversation you have. Interchange isn't just about polished presentations, it's about honest dialogue, sharing your experiences, learning from one another, and building connections that last long after this weekend. You never know who you might meet. Someone who becomes a collaborator, someone who gives you a new perspective, or even someone who becomes a lifelong friend. These connections are part of what makes our community so extraordinary. And I want this to be a space where everyone feels they can contribute. Whether you're just beginning your scholarship journey or finished years ago, your voice matters, your experiences matter, and your ideas can help shape the future of this community and of the places you call home. So as we begin our afternoon session, I encourage you to stay curious, ask questions, share openly, and listen generously. Let yourself be surprised and inspired. The more you put into today, the more you'll gain from it. Thank you again for being here and for being such an important part of the Commonwealth family. Enjoy Interchange 2026. Let's make it a collaborative, energising and inspiring week. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Sarah. And it's great to have that theme of sort of engagement and curiosity through what everybody's been saying this morning and now through into the afternoon as well. It's great to have Sarah there with us. We're now going to move into our networking sessions that I was talking about previously, which are designed to be interactive and practical and led by people doing really inspiring work across the Commonwealth. So let me just tell you a little bit about those. Our first networking session is titled The Role of Youth in Reimagining Prosperity, and this session will explore how young people are shaping new models of prosperity, economically, socially, and across institutions. And leading this session, we have Rosaline Obadiuno, who is a colleague of mine, project manager, Commonwealth Programme at the British Council, and Caiola de Barca Vieira, manager for governance, compliance and risk at Standard Bank. Our other session is Crossing Borders, Global Ideas, Local Action. This conversation will focus on how global learning, collaboration and mobility translate into real impact at local and national levels. Leading this session are Nzike Osodo, another British Council colleague, project manager, Commonwealth Programme, and Simeon Ogonda, Commonwealth Scholar and senior consultant at Millennial Legacy Investments Ltd. And our other networking session for you is titled The Alumni Advantage, How Global Networks Advance Equity. And this session looks at how alumni networks and global connections can be powerful tools for advancing equity, opportunity, and systemic change. Leading this session are Caroline Kikonko, another British Council colleague, Programme Manager, Commonwealth Programme, and Kelvin Nziska, Senior Technical Business Analyst at the Global Health Informatics Institute. In a moment, this plenary session will close. To join one of those networking sessions, please just head to the event lobby and select the sessions tab and choose the networking session that you would like to join. You're very, very welcome to move between sessions if you wish, so do feel free to explore more than one conversation if you find more than one of those of interest to you. I encourage you again to participate as actively as you can, ask questions and share your experiences, and just enjoy the sessions, really. And I shall see you a little while later after those sessions. So have fun and see you in a bit.